The table below gives information on consumer spending on different items in 5 different countries in 2002. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. So you have got a table here. What exactly they are depicting? They are showing you the data of the year 2002, and they are talking about the consumer expenditure in 5 different countries and in 3 different categories. Now, how to write a decent high band report on this kind of question? There are a few things to keep in mind. So, number one, you always need to remember that overview paragraph is the most important paragraph in a report writing, because it is in overview paragraph that you tell the examiner that yes, we have been able to recognize the important features. Let's take a look how we have written the report, a high band report on this question. So in the very first paragraph, that is the introduction paragraph, we have paraphrased the question statement. We have written the same thing that the question is telling us, but we have changed the language. We are saying the given table represents the expenditure incurred by consumers on various goods and services in Ireland, Italy, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey in the year 2002. The figures have been mentioned in percentages. Now, this is a technique that you can use for paraphrasing, since in the question, they have talked about 5 different countries, whereas in paraphrasing, we have broken down those countries and mentioned the names of those 5 places. In the second sentence, after paraphrasing, we have mentioned the units, that the figures which are given to us in this table, these figures are given in the form of percentages. Now comes the most important paragraph, that is the overview paragraph. Here we are highlighting the important features, but remember, we are not supposed to reveal any data in the overview paragraph. So let's take a look. We are saying it can be clearly seen that consumers in all 5 countries spent the most on food, drinks, and tobacco. That means the highest amount was expended on this category. So highest and lowest are your important points. And then we are saying, whereas the least amount of expenditure was incurred in the entertainment and education category. So that is this one. Now in body paragraph 1 and in body paragraph 2, we are going to reveal the data, but we are not going to reveal the data in a monotonous way. We are going to compare and contrast different categories. Let's see how we are doing that. In body paragraph 1, we are talking about Turkey, and we are saying the consumers in Turkey spent the most on food, drinks, and tobacco. That is 32.14%. So this is what we are talking about. And then we are saying, although only 4.35% was expended on entertainment and education, it was still the highest proportion spent as compared to other nations. So Turkey spent just a little bit of 4.35% on leisure and education category, but it was still the highest amount as compared to other nations. So this is how you compare and contrasts. And then in the same paragraph, we are now talking about Sweden. We are saying Sweden, on the other hand, spent the least on food, drinks, and tobacco, as well as on clothing and footwear. So this is what we are talking about, 15.77% and 5.40% respectively. So if you see in body paragraph 1, we have talked about the highest category being Turkey and the lowest category, Sweden. That is how we have organized the information. Moving ahead with the body paragraph 2, what we are doing here is we have started talking about clothing and footwear category. So we are saying in the clothing and footwear category, the highest expenditure was incurred by customers in Italy, that is 9%. So if you look here, the highest expenditure was incurred by Italy, that is 9%, which was almost 3 times what people spent here on leisure and education, that is 3.20%. Again, we are comparing 2 categories of Italy. So whatever Italy spent on leisure and education, it spent 3 times of that amount on clothing and footwear category. And then we are talking about Spain and Ireland. That Spain and Ireland at approximately 6.50% spent the same percentage on clothing and footwear. So if you see Spain and Ireland, so Spain 6.51% and Ireland 6.43%, almost the same amount was spent by these two nations on clothing and footwear. However, when it came to food, drinks, and tobacco, Ireland spent 28.91%. Here you go. Again, we are comparing these two nations only, Spain and Ireland. So Ireland spent 28.91%, which was roughly 10% more what people spent in Spain. So in Spain, people spent around 18.80%, which was roughly 10% more to what people spent in Spain. If you want to get this entire report written by me, then follow the link given in the description.